You're listening to the Integrated Music Teaching Podcast from Top Music. Tune in weekly as we interview music teachers and experts from around the world to explore creative activities and ideas that build learning connections in students. Our integrated music teaching approach will deepen your students' understanding of musical concepts, engage them in critical thinking, improve their reading and performance, foster their curiosity, and prepare them for a lifetime of music making. It's Tim Topham here, and thanks for tuning in. I'm just quickly popping in for a few updates because, as you know, this show is currently on hiatus, and yes, I am enjoying a bit of a break after so many years of podcasting, but I will be back at some stage. So thank you to all of those of you who've reached out and asked me, when are you coming back, and that you've been missing the show. It really does warm my heart, and I'm really happy that you do get so much value from this show. And yes, we will let you know when things will be kicking off again. But in the meantime, you don't have to miss out on weekly Top Music updates and incredible content because we have a new podcast, and it's called the Top Music Piano Podcast. And today I want to really recommend that you go and tune in and sign up and subscribe to that podcast if you haven't already. It's free, just like this one. All you have to do is search for the Top Music Piano Podcast. Our host, Dr. Rachel Ehring, is just amazing. And I've got to tell you about a recent episode. It was just a couple of weeks ago. It was called How to Have Conversations with Parents of Neurodiverse Students. And in this episode, Rachel interviewed Tara Mock. Now, if you're not familiar with Tara, the episode was so good. She's not formally trained, but just incredibly insightful and experienced, especially as a mother of two neurodivergent children herself and a music teacher. And I want you to go and listen to this episode because one of the things to listen out for, and you've got to grab a pen and paper for it, is she mentions the perfect way to ask parents about helping their children. And you can use this with any children, with or without diagnoses. And I reckon everyone listening would have stopped their car or got off their treadmill or whatever they were doing to write down this one statement. And you're going to use it for every lesson moving forward. I could guarantee it. So go and check that out. It's the Top Music Piano Podcast, episode 2. With our guest, Tara Mock. Thank you so much to Tara if you're listening to this. Now, this was great timing because last week we ran our big webinar on teaching neurodivergent students, and we had over 500 teachers registered, which was amazing. And so many of you took up the offer to join our brand new epic course, which is called Unfazed Teaching Neurodivergent Students. So as most of you know, inside Top Music Pro membership, we've got now well over 50 incredible online training courses on both pedagogy and business. And this one is a complete update to the course that we released, I'm going to say maybe 4 or 5 years ago, called Special Needs Teaching. This one is also by the same course creator, Selena Pistoresi, who came on our webinar last week and just blew everyone away. She was amazing. She's created this course with 41 videos over 13 modules, I think it is. It's amazing. And you actually get to be a fly on the wall and see her teach neurodivergent students, a lot with quite challenging behaviours. Comes with this incredible 130-page PDF download to go along with it, workbook. It's just amazing. I really hope that if you are interested in improving your skills in this area, you'll come and join us anytime, of course. So you can rewatch that webinar that we did last week as a member on our Lite plan. That's just $10 a month. Or if you'd like the webinar and the full Unfazed course and all of our courses, you can join us on our studio plan, and all that information is at topmusicpro.com. I really recommend you check it out. Now, just before I sign off, I want to give you a quick update. In April, we're running a new series of 4 workshops over 4 weeks, all about exams and exam preparation and how to get the most out of students who are preparing for exams, and answering some of those questions like, what should you help your student do, or what should you teach your student to do if the examiner asks for something that they haven't prepared or that isn't actually on the syllabus? Now, there's just one example of a really simple question that I think is really easy to forget to help students do when you're trying to focus on, oh my goodness, we've got sight reading and oral tests and the repertoire and the general knowledge and all of these kinds of things. So I'm going to be joined by Hilary Travers, who's an examiner, incredibly experienced examiner and teacher, to help you work through some of these ideas and answer all your questions in this series of workshops. So this is going to be really, really useful to teachers, obviously, who are putting students through exams, whether that's in Canada, US, UK, Australia, or New Zealand. But there's going to be plenty of fantastic performance information as well. So it's going to be valuable to all teachers. If you want to jump on the wait list, so you'll be first to know when you can grab your tickets for that, topmusic.co/workshop. is the place to go. As I sign off, whatever you do now, go and subscribe to the Top Music Piano podcast with Rachel Ehring. It's amazing. You are missing out if you're not tuning in right now. And I'll hopefully see lots of you in Atlanta next month at MTNA. I'm so excited to be keynote speaking. I'm working really hard on what I'm going to be saying and how I'm going to be putting all that together. And we'll definitely be hosting a Top Music meetup, so stand by for information on that. And I'll also have copies of my book. If you've been hanging out for a physical copy of my book and you'd like to get a signed copy, I'll be offering those at that conference and including a special little bonus with any copy that is bought there. So go and check out Rachel's podcast. It's amazing. Sign up for the workshop series if you would like to be on that wait list. And in the meantime, hopefully I'll see you next month at MTNA, the conference. Until next time, happy teaching, have fun, and great to connect with you. How do you keep up to date with all the latest trends and research into music education? How do you connect with other teachers around the world and make sure your teaching stays fresh and relevant for students of all ages and stages, both now and into the future? I created our Top Music Pro membership to be the one-stop shop for music teaching resources, training, support, and community, and I'd love for you to come and join us inside. With over 40 comprehensive training courses, hundreds of teaching demonstrations and lesson plans, free monthly sheet music, discounts, and all the business and pedagogy support you could ever need, Top Music Pro is the community you've been looking for. If you're ready to level up your learning from the podcast and join thousands of other teachers in our global network, head over to topmusicpro.com today. If you enjoy this show and want to hear more of our work, be sure to subscribe to this podcast wherever you're listening today. For links and resources mentioned in this episode, visit us at topmusic.co/podcast or check out the show notes. I'm Tim Topham, and this is the Integrated Music Teaching Podcast, a production of Top Music. Thank you so much for listening. Enjoy your week ahead, and I'll catch you next time.